It's fine. So let's record it. Para it's gonna be like another episode, right? So like when we do like so many
Extra.
episodes, we can look back and like see the parang if it was actually what we planned for. Right? Sige, yep. Just generally just talk about like what we wanna achieve and like expectations siguro for this, right?
Okay, so anyway, back to my point about the, multiple hosts. I just haven't encountered a podcast or a program like that. Um, because well, I also haven't listened to a lot of like business or like life advice podcasts, so it might not be my area of expertise, but generally what having one or two regular hosts would achieve is like a familiarity
Yeah.
that maybe we'd like also to build with an audience. So in YouTube it's fine that you can organize everything in a playlist, but if it's just audio, it might not be it might not people might not be able to recognize it right away,
Yeah.
like, oh, this is like Ian's podcast or this is
Right.
Ken's podcast. So that would generally be easier, like in my opinion. But I like that we keep the guests to a minimum so we can go a little deeper into each topic.
Yeah.
And so far, the topics that we've brainstormed, I think, are very relevant. Maybe just also add more students or the more recent graduates too, because the situation now with like job hunting and studying is like so different. So my personal opinion won't really help so much
Right.
as far as like job applications go. Everything is so different now. So yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah, I mean, I agree, right? 100%. There should be some level of continuity, right? When we do it,
Hmm.
right? Because otherwise it's so random, right?
Yeah.
The number of people, obviously, that's something na parang we can optimize for. We don't know. I don't know as well, right? Like that's a good thing about this, right? We can look at it as parang any other like venture, right? Parang let's just figure out and then optimize, right? So I think that's fine. I think from a continuity standpoint naman, the three of us could also sort of just slot in and out from a guests
Mhm.
or a host standpoint para may continuity, right? So para there's a familiar face. I want to say I'm just not exactly sure like how we do it, right? But I will tell you, right? Ian is a really good host, like Ian Q,
Wow.
right? I think he'll make a really good host. No, honestly, man, like honestly, I think he'll make a really good host, right?
Pero,
No, yeah,
pero
because
para
yeah,
si Chaps yung taga-host namin nung org
is it
namin eh.
is it yeah. Well, she could
I
do
want to
yeah
talk.
yeah she
Go ahead,
Quick
go
she
ahead.
email all day.
yeah, you should do some episodes, right? And let's figure out what's the mix, right? Because I will tell you, right? My wife told me na parang like, dude, you should not host because like it's obvious na parang you want to answer the questions, not ask the questions, right? So that's fine. Like that's learning for me, right? So I think it's fine, right? So yun, ikaw, Ian, what do you think? Like, do you have any
Okay.
vision for this? Like, what's the plan in your mind?
Right. Well, for me naman, first of all, with regards to the vision, I do agree with what you mentioned before with regards to quantity over quality, formula. We're just trying to look for the formula. And I think the thing we're trying to do is we're looking for the formula for that one viral content.
Right,
Now, when it gets viral, we're gonna be moving forward talaga kaagad. And kaya
right,
medyo agree din ako dun sa part na kahit revolving host tayo, I think we have all our own styles in terms of hosting, and
right,
feel ko isa doon mag-click um, sa students.
right.
And number two, with regards to expectations, I guess first with regards to time, let's try to plan it all on Friday. Try to
Yeah,
do it all on Friday. Um, Actually, yun lang.
yeah,
And I do hope na the BCG students would be able to continue this. And parang I see it in a way na parang, okay, this is the BCG, BC pero G podcast. And there are different playlists. Lagi ko nasasabi na parang, this is
right,
the playlist for the org. Parang they
right,
could talk about what's
Ah,
happening with
okay.
the org.
Mm-hmm.
They could talk about their projects, how fun was the PBA, parang ganon. And we also have a playlist na talking about career, talking
right.
about any
Yeah,
basically hosted by the alumni.
right,
Yeah,
right.
that's it for me.
I agree, right. Ako naman
Yeah,
like
I like
so
that
first of
idea.
all, yeah, first of all I want to apologize to you, right? Because you
no
guys,
worries.
because I think we should figure out as well how to make decisions together, like the three of us, right?
Yeah,
I think
agree.
that's a good exercise to have, right? Kasi ako, I do this like I smash talaga right? So parang until the people, until the team are pushed to the limit, right? But as a side gig, right? As a passion project, I think we can talk about later, like how we're gonna approach it, right? From a timing perspective, I agree. We can just continue doing, let's say, Fridays, right? And have a really good show once a week. So at least as
Mhm.
well,
Mm-hmm.
parang there's expectation management. Um, I agree as well na parang we can have those playlists, right? Especially if we're gonna be doing it every week sustainably. Na alam mo yun, we're not crushed, we're not killed. Na parang with the effort,
Yeah.
parang hindi ka mamatay sa effort, right? So it's pretty chill and like we could contribute and get contributors. But for me, actually, I have a very specific audience, right, in mind, right?
Mhm.
But
All right,
the audience
all
I
right.
have in mind is actually students of the Ateneo, current students of the Ateneo, right? With a little bit more emphasis on graduating students and
Mm-hmm.
third year students, parang ganon. And the reason why is I don't think there's any content out there that speaks directly to them. I don't think there's any content out there that's actually shepherding them, like shepherding them toward that funny place in life where parang on one hand you achieved something and parang like you're graduating, pero on the other hand it really doesn't mean like anything, like it's really not like it's nothing, right? It's a nothing burger, right? Especially when life's thrust at you, right? So yun lang, I would appreciate, like, for example, if me back in 2010, if there was someone parang giving me advice, like timeless advice, contextual advice, like advice na from one alumni to another, from one Atenean to another. Kasi parang as you go along, parang it's a very different context here, right? So parang there's some level of advice there that's specific to the students, right? Um, so yun. So that's why I keep on saying, parang let's try to make the show like a love letter for the current students.
Yeah, I
Got
think
it.
yeah, I think we could agree on that naman na we could focus on content which is geared towards career advice basically to
Yeah,
Ateneo students.
right.
So
Sige.
do you want to plan the next episode?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Do you guys? Yeah. I mean, whoever. Like, do you have? How do we go about it? How do we plan the next few episodes? Like from a siguro
Let me
content
open.
standpoint. Yeah.
Go
Let me
chance.
open the. No, I just want to see if there's like engagement on that end, just to see if we have requests or anything, or if there's something from the current students or the current um
Right.
org mates
Right.
in BCG, if they have their own requests. Because like, we can circle around career, but if it's something that they don't actually want,
Yep.
then then we're not hitting the right audience. So I'm just going to looking for it. Haven't been
Right.
able
Oh,
to open
yeah. Dude, we have 14 subscribers already.
it.
Yay. We're gonna
Yay!
cheer for that. 1 4. Yeah. No, but you make a good point, right? Because basically the reason why you can do this whole like content creation continuously, and like let's be honest, right? When we put an episode out there, the three of us won't be able to watch it anymore. Right? Unless
Yeah,
like you have a
yeah,
friend na parang said, you said this? Diba? Parang ganun. But we're not gonna
I
watch it. Like,
did.
yeah, no one has the time, right? No one has the time, right? So you're right. Like
Mm,
the feedback is the one that would actually tell you like what's working, what's not working. Right? Yep.
mm. Yeah, so if we can ask maybe Nate or whoever can like liaison for us with the current org, just to request like what kind of questions they have. I know that they also have a Reddit and they function on Discord, if I'm not mistaken. But I'd rather that it's requested topics. So far
Right.
we have like a nice baseline,
All right.
um, and then further on what they want to explore.
Yep.
Probably just to build on what Ian's vision as well, Isabella's vision.
Mm,
Parang kasi the way I see it kasi medyo bago ang podcast. So parang
mm,
in terms of sa point of view ni Ian, that we should give the content out first and
Mm-hmm.
let's test it once the content is out rather than asking them what they want. Kasi
Oh, okay. Gets.
um, probably for the first few episodes, for the first 10, for the first 20, let's just try and experiment with different topics. Just gear towards
Mm-hmm.
this and that and trying to touch on different topics as well. So, with
Okay.
regards to the episodes naman, I was thinking like for my next for our next episode on Friday, I was thinking kasi na maybe we get more feedback if we uh invite Nate, who is the president of BCG. So basically,
Yeah.
kilala siya ng lahat ng members.
Right.
So, basically, will just be revolving around probably introduction of the BC Perog podcast, ideas nila as well as what's gonna happen this year in BCG. So the only goal of that episode for me is just to get more feedback kasi kilala si Nate eh. Ganun lang
Right.
siya ka-basic for me. So,
Mm.
kaya gusto ko
Yeah.
siya isama sa podcast. Ginagamit ko lang siya, parang gano'n sabi ko sa kanya, paggamit muna. Oo, parang
Sige.
gano'n.
So, sige, why don't we do this? Why don't we just take the third episode? Actually, it can
Mm-hmm.
become the fourth episode. This can be the third episode, right? So why don't we take the next episode and just make it um like a fishing expedition, right? So you guys could just ask, what do you think? What should we do, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be on support. I'll listen in, right? So we can do that and just take it one episode at a time.
All right.
Alright.
Sige. Sige, ganun muna.
So,
Sorry, one last pala. A matter of like admin lang. How do we go about this whole like uploading and what's our
yeah.
cadence, right? Who's literally in charge of like uploading?
Alright.
Like,
Good
what's up?
question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Since ako una nag-upload ng first video, sasagutin ko na lang. Um, ah, ano ba? I think kasi malaking factor nga si Nick. Gets ko naman na busy siya and all, and the president. And tinitimpla ko rin kasi kung anong vision niya sa podcast. Kasi siya
Right.
rin magpupush, at the end of the day, siya rin magpupush sa mga members niya.
Right.
And medyo, ang nakikita ko sa kanya, hindi niya ganong gusto yung quantity versus quality.
Right.
Medyo mas gusto niya yung quality versus quantity.
Right.
So kaya ako medyo binabagalan ng konti. Ina-ask ko siya kung ano pwedeng baguhin sa video, ang ginagawa. Para nababanggit niya rin na, sayang, sana sabay audio and video. Which is for us,
Mm.
ni Ian nga, parang, okay lang yun. At
Yeah,
least naririnig
exactly, right.
kita, di ba?
Yeah.
Pero for
Yeah.
Nate's standpoint, parang, sayang, sana mas maayos, parang ganun and all.
Right.
So, wait, sana wala na ako, sorry.
Why don't we do this? Sige, well, let's take it one episode at a time. You give me the files, right? From
Upload pala,
how do I see it?
Okay, about upload.
From the past few episodes. I'll be the one to upload it in our channel for now, right? Tapos let's
Alright.
just take it one episode at a time. What happens? So I'll take on that workflow for now. So pero ano to
Sige,
pare,
ma'am.
walang intro outro to Talagang bare bones
Ikaw
lang
lang.
talaga to, right? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask some student to put the timestamps, right? As in ano
Alright.
talaga siya, just produce. Tapos yeah, for you guys just think around like how can we improve it, right?
Regarding sa timestamps din pala bro, I was thinking na since the support person will just be watching basically, pwede na rin siya mag-take note para hindi na natin kailangan iputos to someone to take an hour or two to just
Right.
watch the entire video.
Yeah.
Maybe the support person, trabaho niya na rin
Kasi is this Nate? Nathan Tuazon?
Yeah. Nalagay ko na rin siya bro sa description.
Right.
Check it out.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is like super value add, right? Because you do an episode, no one's gonna watch it like in full, right? So parang this
Mhm.
sounds interesting. Let's you click it. Right? So what you're saying, Ian, is how do we go about it? Someone will take note.
While, di ba may support tayo palagi? So for example, host
Right.
kami dalawan sa
Right.
Belly. And
Right.
ikaw yung support. So
Right.
while we're speaking, you could be taking note already
Right.
of these, anong oras yung mga
Sige.
pinag-uusapan.
Right. Okay. So the support person will be the one to take note for now, right? Tapos Ian S, I will be the one uploading the episode. So para clear lang yung admin
Okay,
work.
sige.
Right. Sige,
Okay.
sige,
Got it.
that's fine. I can do that. Okay, so Support person, timestamps. Pero Ian uploads. Ian S. Right. At least for the, yeah, Ian uploads. For now. Let's just say for now. Right. Yeah. Hopefully kasi, hopefully kasi we get someone, a student, doesn't have to be Nate. It can be anyone na parang like willing
I do agree.
to do extra.
Uh,
Right? Parang, so we'll see, we'll see. I
Or if
mean,
this becomes a
let's,
project, if it's good enough by next school year or next semester, if they can just assign. Although I don't know the structure now, that's why the third episode is gonna be important for us to figure out how we're gonna manage this together with the org. Because from what I understand, right, and what we've also done is that it's basically consultants.
Yeah.
And then bahala na if like you have any creative experience or skill, because that's usually not used, but in other orgs they usually recruit people based on that. So maybe later on, either someone in the org, one of the student consultants already knows how to edit videos and upload, or by next year, if this becomes a formal project of the org, they
Yeah.
can actually get creative
right.
workforce for it.
Yeah, and plan for it and support it. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
good. I mean, yeah, you should do like a fishing expedition nga for the next episode this
Mhm.
coming Friday, right? So let's see what they have in mind. Sige. Sige.
So just
Okay.
to be clear,
Yep.
Chabs, do you want to be hosting it with me, or do you want to like for the first few episodes, let's have it all our own ways na parang for the next episode, ikaw naman. And let's see whichever, parang, somewhat
Oh,
our
sige.
interests.
We'll test it out.
So
I'm
is
free
that a
naman
yes or a no?
Friday. Yes, I can
Is that a yes
host the
or
next
no?
episode. I
Yeah.
go.
Okay, sige.
No, because
So
I'll tell you,
host
I don't
this
want to
one.
host anymore. My wife was
Pwede,
like,
pare.
dude, my wife was like, yeah,
She's just watching you in the background,
yeah,
like,
the background, like she knows, right? Sige, sige. Okay,
yeah, I
sige,
can do it.
let's do that.
Yeah.
Pero to answer Ian's question, ano yun, is that
Mm.
a partnership type of hosting or like
Mm.
I'll do it on my own, Chab. It's okay.
You want on your own?
Okay lang, okay lang. Para the next one would be on your own din.
Who's next ba?
And you'll be, depende. Baka kasi mag-click yung isa sa atin.
Okay.
Tapos,
Okay.
let's try to mix and match again.
Sige. So at least
Right.
we'll make appearances.
right?
Yeah,
Except
para
me.
first few episodes.
Right.
Pwede, you're the founder of PCG, pare.
Yeah, I'll be happy to be a backup guest actually. So actually I'd be happier to be a backup
Actually, you have
guest.
great insights, pare. And I think maraming makikinig talaga sa'yo.
Yeah. No,
Do
I'd
the
be
asking
happy
ng
to.
questions.
Yeah, I'd be happy.
You could add on lots of insights.
Right.
I think your insights are really
Yep.
malaman, kumbaga.
Yeah. See, I'd be happy to do that, right? So sige, as a backup guest. Right? Good. Pero yeah, sige. I mean, let's do it. So next Friday it's gonna be Ian Q's hosting, and then the next Friday after that, Chabs will host, right? So
Yeah.
so as Ian mentioned, nga, I think it was a brilliant idea, Ian. If you're the host, you choose your own guests. Right? I think that's a good idea. So si Chabs na rin
gets.
pipili ng guests niya.
Oh, that's stressful. Oh my god.
Yeah. You have
Okay.
Right, sige.
Okay.
Okay, sige.
Sige.
Okay. Sige. Yeah, I think that's
Ian,
yeah.
i-send
Good.
ko na rin pala yung Google Drive ko sa'yo. I
Right.
sent that already. It's in the link
Right.
ng the BCG, pero gshow
Sige.
at gmail.
Right. Sige. So basically I'll use that to upload the next step, the second episode. Right? Sige. Okay, sige. Good talking to you guys. I'll see you on Friday.
Thanks, guys.
Right. Bye-bye.
Bye, Chabs. Bye, Ian. Take care.